Welcome to the opening ceremony of Alumni Weekend 2009. This very special weekend is your opportunity to renew old friendships and revisit the campus that holds so many memories. It is also your opportunity to experience your college as it is today, to understand how and why it has changed, how it reflects and connects our students with the contemporary world, and how the distinctive characteristics we so value in a Dickinson liberal arts education are still at the core of what we do. Most importantly, this is your opportunity to remember what it means to be a Dickinsonian and how this identity has shaped your life. I am confident that you will find a college that is vibrant, exciting, and extremely articulate about what makes a Dickinson education so distinctive and so very useful. The importance of a strong sense of identity, a leadership narrative, has become increasingly apparent over the past 8 months as we navigate the extremely volatile waters that characterize our national economy. As many of you know from reading the various email updates that have been sent to you, the administration, the Board of Trustees, and the All-College Planning and Budget Committee has spent countless hours developing a flexible and realistic strategy that will allow Dickinson to not only survive, but also thrive in the current economic crisis. We intend to maintain our momentum and reposition Dickinson permanently among the nation's leading undergraduate institutions.
The Distinguished Alumni Award for Professional Achievement is given annually to that person who demonstrates solid achievement in one's professional field, community, public, or humanitarian service, or perhaps all of the above, as is the case this year. And it all started at Dickinson with one of Professor Donald Flaherty's political science classes called The City. What then went from a self-developed major in urban studies to a master's degree in urban and regional planning from Penn State to a law degree from the Dickinson School of Law turned into a career focused on helping cities and towns thrive right here in Cumberland County.
Thank you for your kind words, Peter. I do want to start by acknowledging the leadership of President Durden and his administration during his 10 years here as president of Dickinson in developing, or helping to develop, what really is a model relationship between the college and the community. This is a relationship that is really the envy of communities not only throughout Pennsylvania but throughout this country, and I want to thank President Durden for his leadership in that regard. What an honor to be recognized by your alma mater.
The Walter E. Beach Distinguished Alumni Award for Service is given annually to the person who has distinguished himself or herself through dedicated service to the college. And Tom has done just that. As a fifth-generation Dickinsonian, there was little question that Dickinson would be a major factor in Tom's life.
Peter, I want to thank you and the Alumni Council and the college for this award. Anytime your name is associated with Walter Beach, you know you're in very good company. Walter would be very pleased to know that his fraternity, which happens to be my fraternity, Kappa Sigma, has returned to the Dickinson campus. I thoroughly enjoyed being on the Alumni Council. I would encourage all of you to consider joining the council if the opportunity ever presents itself. It's a wonderful way to re-engage with a college, work with some remarkable students on various committees, and to give back to our alma mater.
After graduating from Dickinson in 2001, this political science and policy management major moved to New York City and started a career in finance. However, having been in the World Trade Center on September the 11th of that year, Luke made a life-altering decision to move to Washington, D.C. and start a career in politics. Luke began working for Republican U.S. Senator Rick Santorum and quickly rose through the ranks of the communications team. Soon thereafter, he was tapped to serve on the Bush-Cheney campaign and then appointed by President Bush to a position in the Department of Treasury. Luke returned to the Santorum camp briefly, was then recruited to work at the White House by Karl Rove, but ultimately he chose to stay in Pennsylvania.
When I was driving over here this morning, I started to think about getting an award from Dickinson, and it is with great humility that I received this award, and almost with a level of guilt, because I felt I've received so much from this fine institution for so long.
Great to be here today. Especially found good news in what the president has to say. He did it very, very, very well. Class of 1934, you'll recall that the class of 1934 in that group were the group that beat the Penn State football team. We're pleased to announce our gift for a lifetime, $980,470. And one other thing, for each of the last 3 years, our class has had 100% contribution. Good to be with you all.
This is truly a very special year for the class of 1959.
In celebration of our 50th reunion, we are pleased to present our alma mater with our class gift of $2,429,316.
Confident that for most of us, Ben needs no introduction. Please be seated. Ben has spent the vast majority of his adult life serving the Dickinson community. Just as a reminder, he returned to Dickinson 7 years after graduation to become Dickinson's first Dean of Admissions. Now, this is remarkable. At one point, Ben served as Dean of Admissions, Dean of the freshman class, Professor of Psychology and Education, and Chair of that department simultaneously. Not finished. He also served as the football coach, track coach, and assistant basketball coach, and then became Dean of Students. Ben, you continue to this day to spread contagious happiness and good advice, because Ben is also my informal, formal advisor and gives me very good advice on a lot of topics. You do this throughout the community, and you are justifiably referred to as Mr. Dickinson by generations of Dickinsonians whose lives you have helped to shape. Many people would not be here if it were not for your decisions and your engagement. Ben, it's with honor and great pleasure that I present you with this certificate in honor of your 75th reunion and your long and continuing service to Dickinson College with many, many years ahead. Thank you, Ben.
Alma mater, tried and true, noble Dickinsonia.